Okay, so I'm using here the Loci methods, which means that we're actually linking places to things that you can learn, and we're walking into the office I'm working in. So we're starting off with start with the known. So anyone that survived 2020 knows that QR codes are a thing, starting with the known. Then we are moving our way into the coffee area, which is a readiness to learn, because how can you start learning without a good cup of coffee? Moving into the kitchen area, basically chunking up the one cucumber, because we're looking at part learning. So it's much easier to learn little bits of information rather than bigger things in one hit. Now, looking at the area downstairs, we can link that to spaced learning. So there's a lot of space, and we can actually move around or focus on different things, which actually helps us learn. So you can sit in different areas, you can look at the window, you can mingle. There's a whole range of different things to do. So hopefully we can remember spaced learning. Okay, then we have an option to either go take the lift or take the stairs, and we want to remember active learning. So we're taking the stairs because active learning helps us learn things, I guess, easier. So the difference between taking the lift or the staircase is there's much more sense of how high you're going, what the effort is required to go from one level to the other, and that's an argument for active learning. Okay, in the training area of the office, and here we're basically going to link over learning. So a lot of training that's provided here, it's given online, and then it's given in the classroom to unpack things. So one could argue it's a little bit of overlearning. You're learning similar content in a different format, and because you're repeating it, it helps you actually remember. Then we're going to the whiteboard. So that's multiple sense learning. So there's one way of learning, which is reading the content online. Then you can actually sit in a classroom and talk with your peers. And then we're actually going to the board, and there's different things like maybe some students could help write on the board, or maybe an instructor actually expands some of the concepts on the board. So multiple sense learning, learning in different ways. Meaningful material. So this is an example of a teaching model. And the aim is to make this really meaningful, both to the actual theoretical ideas that are taught, but also to practical application of what's taught. So transfer of learning, one of the best ways to actually learn something is to teach it to others. So in this room, that opportunity exists because after a while of learning and practicing things, people actually share their newfound knowledge with their peers, and often that gets recorded. So I'm using the Loci method as the recording pad to help you remember transfer of learning, so your knowledge to others. Then we're moving on to another area, which is social learning. And social learning means that you get input from colleagues or peers, and that helps you create a deeper level of understanding. And the final room is a big boardroom, and that is social presence. So actually being with other people and showing that you're there, that you're part of, that you're on the journey with them. There is a social presence in that, and that can be very, very important, especially if you're teaching and learning online.